Welcome to SAU Magazine, a weekly news program coming to you from Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
I'm Petronia Dixon. Our guest today is Chad Brinkley, owner of Writer Books. Chad, as we already know, you opened a bookstore here at SAU. How did that come about?
In the spring of 2000, I saw that there was a need here for possibly someone to provide a cheaper alternative for textbooks for the students of SAU, and thought it was a great market and decided to give it a shot.
So exactly how many years have you been at the SAU campus?
We started in this, like I said, in the spring of 2000 was our first buyback that at the end of that first spring semester, and we've been here ever since. So this will be our 6th anniversary.
Well, congratulations on making such a good progress. For those who don't know, what's your exact location?
We're at 2204 North Jackson, right across the street from the school, and we've actually in the last year moved into a new location. We used to be 2 doors down, but now we're in a much bigger and more attractive store.
Has it always been called Writer Books?
No, actually, when we started in 2000, we were trying to keep our overhead at an absolute minimum, and we were called Mobile Text because we operated out of a converted bread truck into a bookstore and a fireworks tent in the empty lot across the street from the school.
So it sounds like y'all have made much progress in getting a new building. Do y'all have a slogan and a website that y'all go by?
Our slogan that we've always used on T-shirts and advertising is "Get used to cheap," that a lot of people kind of like, but just basically saying exactly what we do is get used textbooks at a cheap price.
And how do y'all manage to do that with books being so high and with there being online competitors and everything?
What we do is we try to get the information from the professors and the faculty as soon as we can early in the semester so that we can shop all the different avenues to get the most used books at the cheapest prices so that we can keep the prices down as much as possible.
So you mentioned a lot of things about textbooks. Is there anything else that you sell in your store?
We have just recently in the last year started carrying SAU apparel. It's all one of a kind that we design ourselves, and you can't find it anywhere else. And we've got hats and T-shirts, long sleeve. We've got hoodies and sweatshirts and all kinds of cool apparel. And then starting this summer and probably for sure this fall, we'll have a limited supply of pens and pencils and paper and some things that the students have been asking for that we're going to start stocking.
Well, with sales seem like they're doing so good. Has it really increased from your beginning of the sales until the end of the year now?
Absolutely. We've grown every semester that we've been here, and it's just been incredible how the word of mouth from student to student, from class to class, as one class graduates, another one comes in, and luckily we've done a good enough job of helping the students that have been here that they've passed the word on, and they've really been our key.
So what about opening a new store? Do you think that'll be something that can help you as far as business-wise and for as at other universities?
Well, I think that there's a lot involved in opening a store, and I think in today's age, I think there's more opportunity possibly to do some online stores at several universities versus maybe doing just one store at one university.
So having online store service, and will you be able to pay bills? Have y'all considered doing that as well as being online?
Yes, we've actually launched our website, getusedcheap.com, in the last 6 months, and on that website, students from any school, but specifically SAU, can reserve their books for the following semester, purchase their books for the following semester, and check their prices that we have in stock anytime they want to.
Now, me being a student who has very low income, what about book vouchers? Are we going to be able to use that in the future at your store?
What we do for people with book vouchers is, since we're not affiliated with the school, we can't take the book vouchers per se, but what we do allow students to do is fill out some information and set up a charge account with Writer Books that they can pay off when they receive their financial aid when it comes in later in the semester.
So loans, cash, and checks are acceptable?
Absolutely.
Well, another thing that I wanted to ask you is what other improvements do y'all expect to do in the future? What about a bigger store, doing more on campus things, having cheaper books? Is there anything else that we can expect that'll be a real advantage to the customers?
Well, we're really trying to promote and really get our website up and going, because that's an area that the students are really interested in. Everyone's online. Everyone's working that way. We're going to, as people ask for stuff in the store, we pretty much carry stuff that people ask for. If people need something, then that's what we start carrying, because we want to make sure that the students drive what we sell and not tell the students what we think they need.
And how is your employees? How many employees do you have, and how are they a big help to you?
Oh, they're essential to my success. They've helped me all along the way. My manager, Katie Sandifer, has been with me off and on since the very beginning, and she has actually made the business go and as strong as it is today. And I have her husband, Whitney Sandifer, also works there, and we also have other part-time employees off and on.
And on a more personal note, is this a lifelong dream to own your own business, or was it just a spur of the moment thing?
I've always pretty much wanted to do my own thing and be in charge of my schedule and what I wanted to do. And just most of all, it was important to me to provide a good service for people.
Or is there anything else that you would want to mention before your store about it? Things that they need to know, a good thing that they need to do to come to your store? Just anything you want to say?
Well, all I would say is be sure and check out the website. It's going great, and there's going to be a lot of fun stuff on there. The buyback season is coming, and we're offering some special bonuses for people selling their books back to us this spring, and we just want to do anything we can to help.
Well, today we've been speaking with Chad Brinkley, owner of Brighter Books. This has been an SAU Magazine, and it will continue in one moment.
The SAU Broadcast Journalism degree program features a wide variety of professional experiences.
Students are responsible for producing and marketing radio and television programs each semester.
SAU Magazine, a radio news program, is available to stations in Arkansas and bordering states.
The SAU Report, a television interview program, is available to cable systems in southwest Arkansas and northeast Texas.
More than a dozen courses are offered in the SAU Broadcast Journalism degree program.
Writing, reporting, and hands-on experiences are stressed in these courses.
In addition, graduating students are more perceptive analysts of mass communication and broadcast journalism.
They are very competitive in the job field and for opportunities as graduate students.
Information about the Broadcast Journalism degree program can be found on the internet at saumag.edu.
That's saumag.edu for an excellent educational opportunity.
I'm Kharine Mundley. We're speaking with Kiki Badru, an international student from Nigeria. Kiki, what made you decide to come to SAU?
Actually, I never thought of coming to the US to study because I was in London, in Richmond. It was an American university and was studying pre-med. But after a year and a half, my pre-med program was stopped, and I just thought it was better for me to come to the US to come and continue my education instead of transferring to a British school.
How would you compare Richmond University to SAU?
First, Richmond is a private university and SAU is a public university. In Richmond, it was a small school. It was located in a city, while SAU is more like not very big, but it was pretty bigger than Richmond. And also, SAU has like bigger faculty than. That's it.
What is it like being here in Magnolia compared to Nigeria?
I come from the cities of Nigeria, Lagos in particular, so I found it really, really hard to adjust to Magnolia because Magnolia is a small city. It's actually a small city, yeah, and like we don't really have many of the things I was used to seeing growing up in Lagos, and it was a bit hard for me at first because it was really, really difficult for me to change.
What organizations are you involved in here at SAU?
I'm a member of the French Club, the Biology Club, Chemistry Club, the Tribe Beater, and International Student Society.
How would you compare to the various organizations that you are used to in Richmond, how beneficial do you think it is for students to get involved in organizations here or any school in particular?
In Richmond, because it was a small school, we had fewer organizations, but SAU being a bit bigger, I had opportunity of joining in more organizations than I was in Richmond. But I also think many students should still be encouraged to join various organizations on campus, because despite the fact that we have many organizations, we have very few students involved in them. For instance, some of the clubs I'm in only have like few students, like 10 students involved in them. And I really think it's really good to join organizations because it's good for one's resume.
What activities do your organizations do? Say, per se, the street cleaning or tutoring, or what is it that these organizations do?
Okay, for instance, the International Student Association, we're involved in programs like the Global Village, where we go to various schools around Magnolia and its neighborhood, and we go talk to like primary school students and high school students about our countries, our cultures. We're also involved in the Adopt a Mile program, and we're also involved in various charity programs. We raise money, and in the chemistry club, we do various fundraising programs. While like in the French club, we have like our trips. Basically, we just try to do like fundraising programs and like voluntary things in the community.
Okay, now what advice would you give to current students and prospective students?
For current students, I would say people should try more to join organizations because it's really good. It exposes people to various things that normally they wouldn't get to know if they were just stuck to the books. And for prospective students, well, they need to try and come to SAU because SAU is a pretty good school, and get involved.
Get involved. No. What do you think the biology department can do to improve itself to aid more in the education of biology majors?
The biology department, the way I see it, like though we have very good teachers, we don't really have many instruments and like things we need to really do better. So basically, I would say the biology department just needs to get more funds from like the school or the government or from individuals, and then with these they can be able to get themselves equipped for better educational teaching.
Okay, you prepared to take the MCAT on Saturday. How equipped do you think you are to take such a major exam?
Well, I would say I'm preparing, but I can't say I'm fully prepared because I don't think I can ever be fully prepared for an exam. But I think my teachers have tried their best, and it's just up to me to be able to put together what it is. But also, I think the biology department can try to bring MCAT preparation programs for their students because that makes it easier instead of us trying to prepare ourselves on our own.
Okay, now what are your last thoughts that you think you can give to students here at SAU?
My advice to SAU students is they should try to get opportunities.
Our guest on SAU Magazine has been Kiki Badru, an international student from Nigeria. Thanks for listening.
SAU Magazine is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.